Hello and welcome. Today we are out and about walking and talking with regards to what is about to happen with regards to the new Billund trip and taking a look at some new minifigures. Now that was the point of this upload. This is the second time I've done this introduction because this video took a very random turn and it turned into a wildlife watch. So you need to grab yourself a pen and paper, make a tick list. Do I actually speak about the things that I talk about in the introduction that is going to follow this? I finished the video just here with all of the minifigures I've just put back in my pocket. So the point of this video was to show off 5 different locations, 5 different minifigures, and go over the bits and pieces that are supposed to be happening in Billund. And I want you guys and girls to let me know what you would like to see. That's taken 45 seconds. That's basically what this video should have been about, and I just need your uploads and input. But now I'm going to jump to myself looking absolutely stupid and falling over, getting carried away looking at sheep and all sorts of other animals as well. But enjoy the upload. If you want to be entertained for the next 15-20 minutes, this will be the one for you, all going well. But like I say earlier, if you can like, subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And I will leave you with this view and then leave you with me looking like an absolute fool at the very start of this hill, trying to get the words out of what exactly this video should have been. Hello and welcome. Right, in today's upload we are going to go to 5 different locations to take 5 different minifigure photos slash videos. I've got those in my pocket. Now as we're walking from location to location, I will want to go over all the little bits and pieces that I'd like to know from you for my next trip to Billund. What bits and pieces would you like to see? Now the Lego land is not open, but the Lego house will be, and then we can do a lot of other exploring as well. But first thing first, before we start talking about that, let's find the first location of where we can get these minifigure photos taken. All right, picture number 1. I think that's come through all right. Obviously you're now probably looking at a screen grab, but this wind is an absolute nightmare, so it's going to make the videos quite interesting to take. So what I will do is I'll move from where I am now, try and find a little bit more shelter because this isn't going to work too well, and then I will explain the first bit of the Billund trip with regards to where we're going to be staying, how the tickets were booked, airline going with. It's all slightly different this time around because we're going from a different airport at a different time, so it'll be quite interesting to share all that with you. And like I said, we'll then get to the next location and then we'll have a look at the next photo as well. Right, we're a little bit further on. I've just gone up a really steep part of the hill, so I have to catch my breath back because it's quite hard to walk, talk and not fall over at the same time for this place because it's really boggy. But flights, before we get to our next sort of video location, we are going from BA, and that's just caught me out. We've got a lot of wildlife on the hill, so this is now turning into a wildlife vlog at the same time. So welcome to the countryside, everybody. No, sidetracked. Going with British Airways, flying in the evening, which is the first time I've done that in absolutely ages. But the only downside to that, or positive, is might be landing potentially in the snow, because looking at the long range forecast currently, it is very fruity. So we will just have to wait and see what happens with regards to that. But flight time is okay. It's not too bad. We go early afternoon and then land sort of early evening Billund time, because obviously there's a bit of a time difference. But I will get to the next location, walk past all of these happy critters now, and then we'll get the next photo taken. So we've moved well on now. I can't take a photo where I was going to take one, so we're moving a little bit further down. So we'll do a walk and talk as we come this way. It's only going to be probably about a 20-minute video, I would imagine anyway. But we've got, like I said, 5 photos to take. So the reason why I was saying about the different timing with regards to flights means this one I don't need to stay in a hotel for. And I've just got to think of transportation for myself, of how I'm going to get up. I might still do a travel vlog with regards to time I leave, because I'll be leaving in the morning. I'm going to do it differently this time and get the bus all the way up there, which it'd be a new one for me with regards to just getting it all the way there and coming back and not actually driving. So we'll just sort of have to play it by ear with regards to what I actually get shown. The only thing is, going from this airport, there's 3 airports in and around London. You've got Stansted, Gatwick, Heathrow. 2 of them have a Lego store and this one doesn't. So this is kind of why I'm doing this video. But the main reason why I'm doing this video is also because I want to know from you guys and girls what it is you would like to see. I would imagine you would like to see an update of all the building work, how easy it is to get from number 8 now cutting across rather than having to take the massive long walk round. Do we try and find the Lego factory this time? Because I tried to do that last time and it was such bad weather, it was insane. Now if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I've gone to Billund a good few times last year. There are playlists available for that if you want to hunt them down. There's a Legoland Billund, and then there's just a Billund playlist and Home with the Bricks. There's three different playlists, all from Billund. But I just want to know from you what it is you would like to see, and I can make sure that I'll do it now. I will carry on with the Lego house talk in a minute, but I'm at the next place I can take a photo. So I think that one's come out okay. I think it's all right. Hopefully it's not too bright, because it's very, very hard to see. I'm doing this on the GoPro and then on my phone as well, so depending on the best picture and the angle. But I think that there, I think is probably one of the better angles to go for, and then you've got all the bits and pieces behind it. Right, we'll move on. Hopefully that's come out okay, because I'm just going to take screen grabs from the actual video, so more than likely it's going to be out of focus, but you get the idea of what we're trying to do. So that's 2 down, 3 left. We've got to walk all the way up to the top of that, then we've got to loop it round. There are some really nice locations up at the top where we can put on benches and we get like a really nice view behind. Something that I used to do a while back, which I haven't done for a long time, which is actually go out and about and walk and take a load of minifigure photos, which is something that I used to really enjoy doing at weekends. It's not as much fun doing it by yourself, but it's still nice to get out and about. But moving on and talking about the next thing, so I was going to say about the Lego house. Now, the Lego house in Billund, me and everybody else, will be there on the first day of opening. So it'll be the first weekend that it will open, which is really, really exciting. So it's the last weekend in January, but obviously because it's the first trip, I'm going to be doing the big shop like I will do and all of the others, but again, we'll cover the shops as we go around. I've also got to think of, do I redo the bits and pieces downstairs and see if I can do the history museum a little bit easier and a little bit better. Because there's a lot of new faces to the channel now, which is really, really nice. So everybody that has subscribed, thank you very much, and everybody that leaves comments and likes and everything, it is very, very helpful. So hopefully it keeps growing at the steady pace of what it is, and the views get more and more and more, and so on and so forth. But this is basically a trip just for 2 days, 1 day at the Lego house. I will film basically everything, but it's stuff that you'd like to see outside of that. Would you like me to get back to Lalandia, so you can see what new updates are for there for 2023? I will obviously get to as many different Lego shops as possible. There are a lot to pick from over in Billund. So if you have, again, no idea, or this is one of the first videos that you've watched, shop count in Billund alone, from when you land, from when you take off to when you land, both ways, depending on what airport you go from, you will have a Lego shop, airport UK. Then if the Legoland is open, you will have a shop. There's 2 shops inside the park, 2 hotel shops, that's 5. One in Landia is 6. Small toy shop with a load of Lego in, 7. And then you've got the Lego house, which is 8. And then you've got the airport shop going back the other way, which is number 9. And within, depending on what airport you go from, if you've got like a Hamleys, they will sell it there as well. So you can easily have 10 good videos of all different Lego bits and pieces. So if you'd like to see that, I don't mind filming all of them, and then we can upload them staggered, because it'd be very interesting to see how different all the stock content is to all of them, because some of them will have sales on current stock, some of them actually have discontinued stock as well, so it will be very, very interesting to see. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see all of that kind of thing. Right, we're in the next field, next location. You wouldn't think I've been walking half an hour to get to this point, but it's a very, very big place. It's beautiful. So the sun's actually coming through, which is amazing, and we will come just to this bit just here, and there's a fallen tree, and we will be trying to use the back of one of these. So I will set up the figure on this bit, but like I said, let us know what you think about getting all the shops done, updates from the park, and a travel vlog so far, and then we'll carry on talking about what else we can do when we move on to the next location. Right, next one is done. I've just taken a photo, but we'll have a look at what it looks like on video. Now, can you spot it? Because this tree stump is absolutely massive, and there she is. So all these minifigures actually came from a pack of 5 or the pack of 6 that you can buy as a multi-box. So they're all from that same series, and this is the first time I've had a proper look at them. But again, the issue is when the sun's behind you, it doesn't really come through. But if you can use your own shadow and then kind of get a half decent angle, I should have tilted her head really, so we should have had her head looking at the camera, but I think she looks quite cool, sort of directly head on from that. And then if you can just get her above the shield, it's a nice figure. So have you picked this one up? Have you got any of these series? I was very lucky with regards to it being a blind box, but I didn't have any duplicates in there. So I don't know if you have bought those multi-pack boxes before, and it is one of those things of you get a load of dupes in there. Now I am going to try and just jump through all of this as well and reuse that same figure over here, just to see if she looks any better on some stone. And then we should have a nice clear walk through that field all the way up there. That will then take us to a very steep slope, which we will then stop because I will end up having a heart attack, and move on to the next location from there. But how does she look when we set her up with something like this? Oh, get that out of the way. What do we think? Does she look okay? Get her head bit down. The only thing is I've got to be very careful of is that I don't want to lose her in the stones, because obviously if she blows away I won't be able to pick her back up. But we can prop her up. It's hard to tell come through this, so like I said, I will be grabbing screenshots of all of these so it'll be a little bit easier. But until I get back, especially with what I'm doing now, I have no idea what this looks like through the GoPro, because with the camera it's easy enough because you can tap to focus and everything else like that, but with this it's a little bit harder. But her helmet seems to be super floppy and loose, so I don't know if that's a normal thing, but the wind keeps blowing it up. But put her against some sort of green, I think she looks okay. It's a nice looking figure, and I'm looking forward to putting that in the theme park display that I'm going to be creating. But again, if you've picked her up, let us know in the comments below. We will move on before I take my chances, because that sun's really warm, that wind's really cold, and we're in between a storm, which is really weird. So that's 3 days. It's been very fresh, and now it's warmed up, ready to cool back down again. And there is apparently a load of snow due, which is what I missed last time when I was in Florida, and that is all on its way. Right, the long walk begins. Obviously I'm not going to take you with me, but it is a beautiful view which I'll show you when we get to the top. But we'll just do this field. What I do is I'll try and get everything explained for the trip within this sort of zone, because I know where I'm going, and I can get to the top, just take a couple of photos, and then we can do the outro on the way down and see if I end up falling over, which should be really nice. So we are, recap and recover, going from BA. So we're flying with BA from Heathrow, which I've not done for a long time, to Billund. They only do a flight in the evening, so you do lose the day. Normally I like to go from Stansted, go first thing in the morning, get the full day, do one night, do the next full day and come home. But with strikes and all that sort of stuff that's happening at the moment, it's not really that feasible to do. So rather than risking it all, doing it slightly differently, and yeah, we'll see. So I've got to sort out parking. Do you guys prefer to drive to the airports, or do you get a bus, or do you get a train up? Obviously let us know. But when we land, I will film the accommodation, which is the Trustees Leap Hotel. Wasn't as cheap as I thought it was going to be, considering it's off season, but maybe they've got a lot of flights coming in over at that point, because it's just the airport hotel. But all the other hotels are even more expensive, so not 100% sure why it is, unless that's just their new standard price. Because when I've done it with Ryanair before, you get the hotel at a discount. Whereas British Airways, they do packages, but they don't use Leap, which is a little bit of annoying. But again, it is what it is. But I think it's a different room, so it'll be a new room, full room tour, which I know you guys and girls love. We'll count the USB ports and everything else like that. But the location of that hotel is absolutely perfect to get to the Legoland, and obviously the Lego house is just where we're going to be going to. That will then wrap us round to the Lalandia. So I will be going into Lalandia to check out the new Lego store, but I'm going to be there late in the evening, have the day to basically film the stuff that you guys would be interested in seeing, even if it's just a random walk and talk vlog around Billund itself. Not really ever done one of them where it's just a long video where we go from start to finish and back again. We've always done it where we've come back through from the Lego house, and we always finish at the Landia and we just explore the new building bit, but we've never gone, we'll go here, 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 and just have like a big tour, like a big tour, and just see exactly what is what. So that would be easy enough to do, and that would just basically, I can just film everything over the day and just add it into one video, and then do the separate Lego videos in something else. So maybe I can mess around with the upload schedule. So again, let us know. But I think that's basically all the basics covered with regards to all the bits and pieces that we can do in Billund. Now we're coming to another one of these fancy gates, which we will get through. We can walk down that way if we want to, and that'll take us back down, crash and bang, or we got that nice steep walk up at the top. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to the top, set up the next couple of figures, and then we'll take the steep walk back down again, which is about 45 minutes from here, but being a blink of an eye for you. Check that out. That is worth walking up for. It is very slippy underfoot, but that view is absolutely stunning. It makes a very steep walk worth it. I think that cloud's actually going away than rather coming in, hopefully, but this is a small portion of the view, and it actually wraps all the way around to the other side, so we can actually see everything. But we've still got a big distance to walk just yet, so we'll get a little bit further on. Right, so we're going to come off the beaten track again, which I like doing. This could cause one of two issues: a load of mud, a load of poo, which means there's a load of wildlife around this way as well. So they've created this track. We will see how far we can go to our next photo location. This is why you always wear rubbish clothing when you come up this way, because you're always going to get it snagged on something. Now a little bit further over you can see how many of them there were just on the hill just there, but we'll be interested to see if there's any a little bit further up. But I am so lucky that this is basically on my doorstep. You never see anybody, you don't have to avoid anybody. It's not like I'm not a people person, but peace and quiet is brilliant. And look at that. So we will carry on and just see how many of them there are. So this could go one or two ways. You might never see this upload. This might be it. This might be the last ever one I do. But they're all happy chomping away. And obviously it's a well-used hoof path, so they've churned all of this up. Hopefully there's not a big chunky monkey blocking it off, because I'm going to then have to turn around. So hopefully I can get past them, he says, past them all without getting kicked. So there's another one there. Don't really want to walk directly behind them. Alright bud, it's alright. Okay. So you can hear them chomping away, which is, it's just nice. It just means you're in the countryside, and it's all nice and peaceful. Now for the amount of drop-ins that are on the floor, there's got to be a group of them somewhere. There's no way those two have produced everything that I'm currently trotting through at the moment. So this is taking a you know what, I just slipped in as well. That could have been interesting, face full of it. But this is soon taking a turn from a minifigure vlog talking about Billund, and now we're on an animal hunt. Every single time I go for a walk, it doesn't matter what country I'm in, this always happens. Have a plan of attack, it's only going to be a couple of minutes long. I've got 5 figures with me, we'll do XYZ, yada yada yada. And now we are walking off the beaten track, listening out for cries just to see if we can see any more before we get to the next and last location to take the photo. So there are some more up at the top just there. There's a little clump of them there, so they might have actually just walked down that way and out the way, because if you carry on in a straight line you'll end up just falling off the hill. But this is all the muddy stuff that is all good fun to walk through. Absolutely fine when you're not holding the camera. Not 100% sure where to look when you have got one, but again, there's a little track just to the left on the other side of that wall. There is a track lower down to the right hand side. I think for where they were, it drops down and then you join another track. I can hear sheep on the other side, so there's all sorts of all sorts of animals up this way, but this looks like it's been very, very well used. But the humans don't really tend to use this at all, so you can probably hear them in the background. So I'll give a bit of a nature spring watch, or whatever it is you want to call it, for the next minute or so, and then we will get this vlog back to the Lego base. But yeah, let us know what you think of the photos. Like I said, I have no idea how they've come out. It might be absolutely awful. This might be the most interesting part, but it's definitely woken me up a little bit. So I think with the pressure changing so much over this way at the moment, your ears are popping all the time, and you just can't really sleep very well. But this has woken me up ready to film a load more upload videos for everybody. Now I am thinking of doing more unboxing type things, or like a show and tell of different Lego sets, because I've got all the boxes and the instructions for all the sets that I've got built. So in the comments, if there's any older set that you are thinking of getting but aren't 100% sure, let me know. What I'll do is I'll pull that set out, I've got the box and the instructions at the ready, and then I'll put them beside something that's similar height so you can see what it's like. So for example, I've just done one of the Apocalypseburg. Now the Apocalypseburg video might be going up live after this, it might have already been uploaded, whatever, but we compared it to a modular, we compared it to the Ghostbuster Firehouse, just so you can see the size difference of those sets. If there's any set that I've got in my display whatsoever and that you've seen within the Lego City and you want to see it, I'm going to be doing more and more of those, just as a sort of type of filler between the Lego parks. And then I've got to try and figure out some sort of upload schedule where the theme parks, the other theme parks that I do that link into the Lego stuff that I'm doing, kind of make sense. If not, I will just stick to it at 2 AM. The only thing I can think of is going from, say for example, the Sleep Hotel, going to, for example, Universal Studios Orlando, and then just doing one video from it, and it links the two together. But I can't travel all that way just for one video, because I don't get paid for any of this. This is just more of a hobby and a good bit of fun, so I need to make a backlog of videos, and then they get out of date really quick and violins go off. So we haven't really seen much, but this is a pretty cool walkway. But we're not too far now from, no, I thought I could see a bum of one. We're not too far now from the next bit that I take photos from. I've had to change up quite a few, because where a lot of them have either been standing, because I always go off the beaten track like this and then find really nice bits. So these are always good to take photos on, like snapped pieces like this, and then that's the backdrop that you get. So for example, that is super quick just between the wind gusts. Obviously we've already used that figure, but you can see if you catch that right, blends in nicely. He looks quite cool. So I might actually use that as my intro picture just to get your attention. But I'll carry moving on. I'm obviously really high tech, because what I've done is just put a load of figures in one of those bags. Now over to the left, another massive walkway. I do believe if you walk down there for a good while in the distance, there's that one of those dream houses built down there from that Channel 4. You know, the houses that they document over like 2 years or longer. So never looked, never bothered, but I'm sure it's lovely. Right, so we are in one of the nicest places I like to be in, this sort of area, because again, you can just plonk them up. See, it's the wrong figure, but they stand quite well. I don't use blue tack or anything. I just try and prop them up, so if you get the feet the opposite way, it doesn't look too bad. So we just had him, for example, sat down. There you go. Get your nice photo from that angle, and then thank you very much, and move on. So even though the backdrops kind of look the same, I do cover a good amount of mileage just to get the photos, which is what I used to do. And yeah, loved it way back when. But I've got another big chunk of walk before we start going back down again, so I'll catch you up in that last quarter. I've got two figures to take a picture, but now I don't really think it matters too much, does it? Because this has gone so far off literally the beaten track with regards to what we were talking about and what we're doing. But I'll see if I can find it. I'll get the other two figures out that we've not taken a photo of, and then we'll end the video at that location. Now this could go horrendously wrong, because I've overshot it by walking through that way. I need to get down there, and there's a long path where you can loop round and go, or I can try and go down something like this, which is basically vertical. So I am far too tired and far too lazy to walk that way. I am just going to go for it and see. Now again, it's Friday by the way, it is Friday the 13th of me filming this in January, and I go at the end of January. So if I schedule this up properly, there'll be 7 days until I disappear unless I break my neck filming this, and I just disappear at some point on this upload. So if anybody does find this GoPro camera, please upload it to my channel, and then everybody can have a laugh. Oh, down, beautiful. Right, so we need to get down to that, just there. It's just a beastly thing, but this way is nice and private. There's a really nice like rock face. There's loads of them. I could go much further, but I've just realized what the time is, and I really want to get back and get a load more bits and pieces filmed, only because I don't want to be up in the loft when it's going to be freezing cold over the weekend. So it means I won't have sort of, basically don't want to risk getting ill. That's the thing. I don't particularly want to get ill before I go to Billund, because the last couple of times I've gone there, I've had problems with the pressure. I couldn't speak. Can you remember last time I went, I had that stupid cough? What that was all about, I don't know. So I would like to go to Billund in 2023 fully fit, which would be nice, but I just need to find this cut down bit, and then we can crack on, get the last couple of figures of the photos taken. Now this bit always catches me off guard because the path splits in so many different places. So can you even see where we're supposed to be going here? You can go left, you can go straight on that one, but we are going to go down here, which doesn't even look like it's a path, and it is tight, very tight. So if I am going to fall over, I will end up going all the way down there, and it will be very mare hair-see. So we will see exactly what is happening, but you can just see it's not really meant, but it works. I think it works an absolute treat, and the view, well, I mean, if you've got a view like this on your doorstep, you need to use it really. I wouldn't want to be in a concrete jungle, don't get me wrong. I like going to the, you got to go to the bigger sort of cities and towns and things to be able to get your bits and pieces, but when you're in somewhere that's super rural like this, I mean, this is even the busier side. I mean, the places that I've been and used to walk all the time, it was just you and sheep. It was very nice. Right, so we'll walk and talk to the next photo bit. I've taken quite a lot of photos from here. I actually use a lot of the Jurassic Park figures from here, a lot of the dinosaurs and all of the figures you get from the magazines. So I will need to bring the new Jurassic Park figures out from the gate at some point and just see exactly how photogenic they are. And I bet this is shaking even with the stability on, because I am stamping my feet into the floor just so I don't fall over, because I've done it before and it's not pretty, because when you go, you just can't stop yourself. So ideally, you get a bit of a jog on. You need to make sure you do it in the right place. But you got little bits like this where you can take some nice photos of. You can then obviously jump down onto the bottom bit as well. But I want to find, it's like a seat. Sounds stupid. It's a little bit further up, I think. Just up here on the left. And there's some nice sort of grass, and then you can kind of just sit on it, take some really nice photos, and just hope it's not all overgrown. So I haven't come up this way for a little while, not this bit anyway. I do the other loops, but thought in case I can't do the sort of T-minus day one video, I'm kind of giving everybody a week's notice, because it will be 7 days from when this goes live to when I go to Billund, that I'll either have already, in fact, because it will be 7 days from when this goes live, when you're watching this, I will actually be on the plane. So, well, no, it'll be 7 days from when this goes live, I'll be on the plane. That's it. So I'm doing it a week early, aren't I? Stupid individual. So yeah, 7 days exactly from this upload, I'll be on the plane, including the time. And now we are finally here. So this is the bit that I want to set up. So we've got this cool little cool little bit just here. And obviously you can, if you want to, just sit down and soak in the views if you want to. But I'll get the last couple of figures out. In fact, I'll get what I do, I'll get all the figures out just so we can have a better look at the figures, and then I'll end the video here, and then I can just run back and get some lunch and just carry on with all the other bits and pieces I need to do for today. But I'll let you quickly soak in the view, and then I'll get the minifigures set up. I've cheated a bit. They're the figures that we were supposed to take photos of, which clearly was an absolute misery and a failure. But I really do like these CMFs. If you've picked them up, obviously please do let us know in the comments below. Let us know if you actually get out and about and take your photos as well. The accessories are just dumped on the top because it is still surprisingly windy. But guys, that is it. I am done. I've run out of time. That was not really what I had expected, so I actually will now refilm the intro stood here and add it into the start of the video, because it really wasn't the kind of thing that I thought I'd be doing today. But again, it is what it is. It's always an adventure. But guys, if you can like and subscribe and all that good stuff, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Give us an update of what you think of your minifigures and the new ones as well, because I know these aren't the brand new ones. I haven't picked any of those up yet because I went on January the 2nd and they didn't have them in stock. That video is available in the Toy Store playlist. But as always, if you are still watching, which I highly doubt it, but if you are, thank you very much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da.